So Blade Runner, seminal classic Blade Runner from 1982.
Chris, want to hear something funny?
Hold on a second. 1982. Put that in perspective. That's the same age as Kenneth and I.
Yes. Yes. This came out the year we were born.
Yep.
And we're discussing it on a Camcast in the year it takes place.
Nope, actually it took place in 2017.
2019.
Nope, 2017.
2019.
Nope, 2017.
I watched the final cut and it said 2019.
Alright, fine. Whatever.
Unless Ridley just changed the date.
Unless I'm referencing another cut. But anyway, okay, so 2019 is the exact same year it came out. No, that's right, because it was 20 years later that the other
So it made me feel bad, man.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right, man.
Alright, thanks. I was all proud of that.
And I was all...
stupid point I was trying to make.
Is it stupid?
No.
Because it was a point that
it
you felt strongly about.
It excited me.
If you felt strongly about it, it's not stupid.
It's just strange, though. Because I was watching. It's like, oh, 2019. I was moved from 1982.
Right.
What?
So, right out of the gates, I'm going to tell you right now, I have almost universally list of loves for this movie.
Ooh.
There is like maybe one. There's one for sure, but maybe two things that I didn't really like, and that was it.
It's how hot Rutger Hauer was. It was hard to pay attention.
Actually, you know what's funny?
He's so sexy with that bleached hair.
No, you know what it was is that he's definitely got like that 30s tough guy body.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had that his entire life. And I remember just thinking like, I wouldn't say it was sexy because it wasn't like he was doing anything sexy. Although it was kind of weird that he decided for the final battle to take all his clothes off.
Yeah. Ripped his clothes off.
And there was no indication at all.
Started slamming his head through walls.
That's what he was going to do. It was just, like, 1 second you're like, okay, alright. Then the next you're like, why the fuck is he not wearing any clothes? I mean, thank Christ he's wearing underwear. But
I get it.
Alright.
He's dying. If you're going to die, go naked like you came into the world.
So, starting off, I love the cinematography. I love the way this movie was shot.
Yeah.
I love the neo-noir setting.
It looks insane.
I love that you can still see, even to this day, how influential...
Breathtaking cinematography by Jordan Cronenweth.
There you go. How influential this cinematic view of the future is. Because you see it in a lot of movies. Yeah, a lot of them are Philip K. Dick, inspired by Philip K. Dick's works, like Total Recall. But like Total Recall, the remake, you can see is way more influenced by Blade Runner than Total Recall.
Big time.
I mean, yeah, there's elements of it in...
Yeah, well, the remake took place on Earth, too, right? They didn't even go to Mars in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I really like...
Well, the remake is also closer to the book, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the book never really took place on Mars?
If I remember correctly... and also keep in mind, a lot of my stuff is cited by Wikipedia, so...
Yeah. No, that's always correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's the guy who said Ant-Man wasn't the first superhero.
Yeah, that's right.
The wiki says it isn't. Okay.
Yeah. Although in retrospect, you know how dumb that is? I walked up with Wikipedia and was like, look at this shit right here! And they're like, yeah, okay, buddy. Alright. But, anyway, so... But yeah, just the influence of it.
Yeah.
Plus, it goes back to what we were talking about a couple camcasts ago, where 80s and early 90s sci-fi was just batshit crazy. Like, if I were to say, like, if a movie was made like this now, it would be like Blade Runner 2049 to some degree, but I don't know. I almost feel like if it wasn't for Blade Runner being made in the 80s, we would never have got Blade Runner 2049. I don't even think we would have gotten a movie like Battle Angel Alita, which I still haven't seen yet.
I think they were trying to get a sequel Blade Runner off the ground forever. I think the success of Disney's Tron Legacy pushed Warner to finally go ahead with Blade Runner.
But I guess my point is that the way that people are not, I don't think people are movie corporations aren't looking for those creative movies anymore. Mm-hmm. They're actually just looking for movies that are guaranteed hits.
Yep.
You could never have guaranteed that this movie would have been a huge hit. And even like you look at the reviews at the time, it was actually not a critical hit or a commercial hit because people were like, well, it's slow. There's not a lot of action
The
in it.
reviews weren't great. It bombed. It was not a hit.
Yeah, like that's what I
Like,
mean. So
the fact that, but it became such a cult classic over the years.
I guess that's the point I'm making is where they were like, we feel really strongly about this. We got a great director. We got great writers. We got great actors. So we're gonna put this out there, and it like if it makes money, great. If it doesn't, well, fuck. You know.
Yeah.
Whereas now they're like, hold on a second. Does it have this? No. Does it have this? No. Does it have this? No. Okay, sorry, we can't.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, maybe you could release it in the indie channels. Maybe. But even these days, I'm looking at a lot of indie movies, and I'm going like, there's a corporation behind the indie movies now too. Where I'm going like, I almost feel like they're going like they've got the indie movie checklist, and they're just like, well, does it have Aubrey Plaza? No. Okay. Does it have Chris Pine in a beard? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have a weirdo sort of sexual storyline between an older guy and a younger girl, kind of like Lost in Translation? No? Maybe you shouldn't ever release this movie. Ever.
Yeah. Straight to Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because even Netflix is just like, I don't know.
Netflix releases some weird shit, though. They're putting movies on there where it's
More so now,
I
because
feel like
they're getting to be their own brand.
I think Netflix's future is going to be more indie-based just because all these Disney and NBC and shit are taking all this stuff
that's
back.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So now I think they're like, well, they're not going to do these kind of movies, so let's make this our own thing.
That's true. That's also promising.
Yeah.
And Amazon Prime, I think, is another.
Amazon Prime's friggin' good.
Because their TV shows
they got some really good originals on there.
Their TV shows are on another level.
Shout out to Good Omens, one of the best shows I've ever watched.
Which I have yet to see. But then again, I still have not even watched Stranger Things Season 3. Oh, man.
That was good.
I plowed through Daredevil
again,
and I haven't even watched Season 3 of Stranger Things. It's like, what are you doing, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, it's not going anywhere.
I think that's part of the reason why I'm like, no, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it'll be there when you're ready.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's what it is. I want the hype to die down so that when I watch it, I won't be encumbered by other people's opinions of it.
Yeah.
You know?
So this came out in 82.
Yep.
And in 82, Ridley Scott was hot because of Alien.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford was hot because of Star Wars.
Yep.
I'm sure Warner thought this was a surefire hit.
I guarantee you they thought it was a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Okay? I think it was literally like Ridley Scott showed up and they were just like, okay, hold on. Who's your star? We're thinking Harrison Ford. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you need?
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Because you know they pitched money to it. Because this movie...
They went like this. They went like, just let us know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It looks so good. This movie's as old as us, and it looks that good.
Exactly. Like, that's what I was getting at. Like, the only thing I was really going to say that kind of ages it is just the clothing.
The clothing and the technology.
The clothing...
The big tube computers.
Yeah, the clothing and the technology, but I think I even, like, when I rewatched this, I literally just rewatched this. Mm-hmm. And like I said in previous Camcast, that I couldn't remember the last time I watched it all the way through, right? But even now, like, I look at it and I go, considering the way the story is, mm-hmm. this level of technology makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was the final cut that we watched.
Yeah, we definitely just watched...
Out of 5 friggin' cuts available.
7, actually.
7?
I looked at the list, and there's 7.
7?
But it's... Yeah, the 2 of them, it's just like, one of those where it's just slightly different. Like, I think...
I read that 2 of them, the international cut and one other one, they have, like, happy endings.
Yeah.
Where there's, like, images of happy, like, wilderness and shit in the credits or something.
Yes, and so the first time I ever watched this, that was the ending I got.
Is it? Okay.
That was the ending I got.
I've seen the director's cut and the final.
Okay.
I never watched the theatrical, because, I mean, I never grew up with Blade Runner, so it's one of those movies I watched years later.
Yeah, I think I was, like I said, 12 or 13. It was just one of those, like, you hear about it. I love the premise. I love the premise that they're at a point in the society where they can make replicants, and they use it for off-world colonization.
Yeah.
You know, they're basically just like, okay, we made these things that they can do the stuff that we can't, and we shouldn't have to anyway because we're humans. Mm-hmm. So ship them off-world and do that, made by the Tyrell Corporation.
I like how they have how they expire in like 4 years, too.
Yeah, like they have a shelf life. I thought that was really kind of neat, where they're just kind of like, yeah, that way we can just...
So this group comes back and you're like, no, we're not ready to die.
Oh, it's the other part that I thought was really interesting, real real quick. Where was it? When they offhandedly mention that they started making replicants with false memories. You know what I mean? Like, so basically replicants, in some cases, replicants go rogue, right? Because they're just like, well, hold on. They realize, okay, well, we can do more than just what we're born to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they go rogue, and the Blade Runners are a special police force, essentially, that are tasked with hunting them down and retiring them, which is a nice way of saying killing them.
Yep.
But I guess the idea is because they're not really alive, they're just retiring them anyway. They're saying, you know what, you don't have to work anymore. So, which I thought was kind of interesting in terms of the terminology too. Although they don't explain why they're called Blade Runners. No. I looked for that, and I couldn't find anything that stated why
they weren't called Blade Runners in the book either. They were called what were they called? There's something simple like sheriffs or something.
Something to that.
And they changed it for the movie, just like replicants. They weren't replicants; they were androids.
That's right, yeah. Because the book is called like "Do Androids Dream When They Sleep?"
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I thought the fact that they're called replicants, I thought was really cool.
That's cool, but yeah, no, Blade Runner would have been nice to have like a reason behind it.
Yeah, like
they
why?
Don't have knives and they never run.
No blades, no nothing. Well, there's a bit of running.
A little bit,
especially in Blade Runner, like 2049. They're strolling along through that whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to the destination when we get there, okay, guys? But yeah, like the bit of lore that you get, I thought was really, really cool. But I even like how you've got like Harrison Ford's Deckard character. He's not necessarily a good guy, but he's not necessarily a bad guy either. Like he's just kind of like just doing a job, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Although it's interesting, in some cuts he's married, in other cuts he's got an ex-wife. In the book he's definitely married. He's 100% married. But let's see. I love the interrogation scene of Rachel.
Great scene. Great scene.
I mean, like the initial interrogation scene.
Thing.
Initial interrogation scene with the one dude, seminal character actor, which I can't remember his name.
Who?
That balding guy with the mustache.
Oh, Edward James Olmos?
Yes.
As Gaff?
Yes.
He was creepy as fuck in this movie.
Oh my god.
Like, he's eerily creepy.
Like, he was so creepy that I was just like, how do you not know he's a replicant?
Yeah.
Like, it's like he doesn't even know how to act as a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're scaring the shit out of me.
Like, what was it they asked about his mom, and all of a sudden he was just like, my mom's great. Got really, really weird, and I was like, that's clearly a replicant. I don't need a 3-hour interrogation to know you're a replicant. Of course, obviously, like, he kills the guy and gets free.
Yep.
I like that Deckard is tasked with killing the others before anyone else finds out. I thought that was really cool. Like, they don't want anyone finding out that the Nexus 6, the top brand replicants, got off-world and is now free, which I thought was really cool. The interrogation scene is also where we find out that Tyrell goes, because he goes, because it took longer than ever, but by the end of it, Deckard realizes that Rachel is a replicant. Mm-hmm. But it was harder because she doesn't know she's a replicant. She believes that she's a real human being.
Yeah.
And Tyrell just, like, very proudly goes, yeah, well, we put in false memories because it makes it easier to get them to do stuff. And you're just like, you really don't think, like, for him, he's proud of his work, but they're still just things. They're just toys, essentially. And I was just like, oof, Jesus. And you can actually start to see a little bit of the contempt come out of Deckard, where even though he's against replicants or androids or whatever you want to call them, and he's, just doing his job. He's forced into doing this, which I thought was interesting too, where he was just fine being like a regular cop. And they're like, no, you're back. You got a fucking choice. But like even he's immediately kind of starting to go like, oh, jeez, man. And I mean, like, this is Sean Young in her prime,
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing Sean Young in much. I remember watching this and going, hey, it's Finkel.
Yeah. Or Einhorn. But, yeah, but, like, I think she was always one of those ones where she was meant for bigger things, but I think, just life happened, and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
Because I remember the whole Catwoman thing, and I don't want to go into too much detail about that, just because I feel like that's just one of those, like, if you don't know, it's best not to. Mm-hmm. But it's just one of those, like, jeez,
Yeah.
Although it's funny that you mentioned Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura, that's an example of a movie that wouldn't be made now. Or if they did, that part would be changed drastically. Like, you wouldn't have an entire group of men vomiting because they all made out with Finkel Einhorn. You know what I mean? They'd probably all just be like, you know what, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with my sexuality and his or hers or whatever the terminology she wants to be called. Yeah, I don't even care. I gotta call my wife.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
100%. Never be made today.
Oh, God, no. They would definitely change that.
Also, why we'll never see a third, because you can't.
Yeah, no, you can't.
And same with Austin Powers. That wouldn't be made. So sexist.
Sexist. They would say it's sexist, it's racist, it's homophobic. You know what I mean? And it's like, can't we just laugh?
I know. No, you can't.
No, you can't laugh at anything.
You can't laugh anymore at all.
For anything at all.
No.
Where am I at? Oh, I love the line that his memories will be lost in time like tears in the rain.
Oh, man, I got that here, too. That same line. Like, when he said that, I rewound it and watched it again.
Exactly.
I was like, that is some beautiful dialogue.
That is some absolutely.
And then he goes, time to die, and just dies.
That's it. After he saves Deckard.
I'm pulling Kevin Smith and tearing up a little, because I was just like...
Like, Deckard's dead. Deckard's dead, and he's just like, nah, you're not going to die. I am. Yeah. I was like, wow, this is incredible. Yeah.
Oh, man. Such a good line.
This is one of the things I don't like, though. I'm not a fan of the borderline rapey love scene that happens with Deckard and Rachel.
Was it really rapey?
It was borderline. Like, I was a little cringy where he's like, say you love me.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes. That was a little strange.
And he's, like, forcing himself on her, and she's just like, no. Okay. But, I mean, like, I understand it's a product of the times, because that's very prevalent in a lot of those older movies where, like, they do this whole will they or won't they type of thing, and they have it so that, like, I don't know where they got this idea. Like, I think it's just a man writing a woman type of thing, where they go, like, no, of course she's going to be, like, her own woman, and she's going to be against the man, but eventually his very masculine will and sexual desire breaks her down, and then she realizes that she actually does love him, and she wants to let him do all the things he wanted to do to her. You know what I mean? But it was the second he went like, "Say you love me," say that you want me to kiss you. I was like, "What the fuck is this code words that you know now? Now she's your sex slave, like, you know." That part,
okay, yeah, no.
But I said, it's a product.
They got 2019 very wrong in that movie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please say you love me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you don't? But that's totally fine that you don't. I'll still do whatever you want. Hashtag whatever works. I love the concept of the powerful corporations running the world with a very strong police presence, because 30 years ago, they were talking about how that's the future, and it very much so is. Mm-hmm. Like, believe it or not, there's just really 4 or 5 corporations running the world.
Yeah, I love that Philip K. Dick and the writers of the movie here, like, they looked into the future, and they went, well, no, we're going down this dark road here.
Yeah.
Like, not like Back to the Future Part 2, where he jumps ahead, and that was 2017.
That's right. That was 2017. But yeah, you're right. And it's
all
like,
bright and happy.
Hey, everything's great.
Floating hoverboards.
Oh, man, poverty doesn't exist. Yay. It's amazing. Now you're just like, I feel like when I watched this, I couldn't help it. When I watched this movie, I remember I was literally like, oh, I get it. So it's like, I guarantee you, like, this, like, Earth is the poor planet. Mm-hmm. Because they're colonizing other planets. So you're going to see, like, you went to, like, Mars, let's say. Mars is colonized. That's probably going to look amazing.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Elysium?
Yeah.
Elysium, where they had the perfect, all the rich, perfect people were up top.
On that, like,
the space station.
That moon-looking thing?
Yeah, the space station. And then, like, on Earth, it was all everybody that...
Oh, I gotta watch that movie again.
No, don't. It's not that good.
No, I liked it.
I like the premise more than the actual movie.
I'm a Neil Blomkamp fan.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. Fuck you. I am too. And I love Matt Damon.
Chappie was disappointing.
I haven't even watched it because I heard it was so disappointing.
It's disappointing.
That's why. And never mind, it's got Wicked Rap Stars Ninja in it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, him and Yolandi, whatever fuck her name is. Yeah, no, they're in there.
Yeah.
Don't know why. As Neil Blomkamp's from South Africa, they're huge in South Africa. They're from South Africa, and they're buddies.
Well, to be fair to those two, they're fucked up, but they're actually pretty catchy.
Yeah, they're pretty catchy. Oh, Hugh Jackman has a pretty sweet mullet in the movie.
That's right.
It's a little flat, plus short bangs.
Yeah, that's right.
He looks gross.
Yeah, I thought that was really topical, but you're right. Like Philip K. Dick is definitely one of those writers who definitely knew where the world was going to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like if he were alive to see it today, he'd be like, I am not so much a writer as a fortune teller.
And
so
he had a short life, too. He was only 58 when he died, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that he was able to see that.
I will say this, though. I am, like, in the same boat as Harrison Ford and Philip K. Dick, where I don't feel that Deckard is a replicant.
I don't think he is. Even though in the final cut, I noticed his eyes flickered once.
Yeah, but I actually read an interview with Harrison Ford where that apparently was like a reflection off of Sean Young's eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that was just one of those like happy accident type of things.
Okay.
Because he said he felt like, and I'm watching the movie too, and and same with the Philip K. Dick. They liked the idea that he was the only human in the entire movie. He's surrounded by all these replicants.
Yeah.
And he's the only human. And I was like, not only that, it makes more sense and it adds more stakes to it because like he's getting his ass handed to him by these replicants.
Oh God, yeah.
You know what I mean? Now Jared Shave that did these movies or suggested we do these movies, right? He argued that the amount of beating that he took for a normal human, he should have been dead. So he's of the mind that he's a replicant, and he just doesn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, you know what? It's open to interpretation because you can argue the unicorn thing all the way through.
Until 2049 when he was a human.
Right, until you get to 2049, but...
that answers it once and for all.
Yeah, but still.
2049 is written by one of the writers of this.
Oh, I know.
Which is amazing.
That is...
You look at his IMDb, he's done like nothing really between Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049.
But, one thing that I was really impressed by was... Like, I've never really... Harrison Ford's always, like, a tall actor.
Yep.
But I never really looked at him like, he's a fucking tank, right? That shirtless scene, he looked cut in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy shit.
Oh, he's in his prime in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they were telling him to be semi-fit for the Star Wars movies.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like...
Plus, yeah, he did what, Raiders 2 years after this? 84, is that Raiders?
Yeah, something like that. 83, 84, something like that.
Yeah, he went right into India after this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I can't say enough good things about this movie. I absolutely love this movie. It is still one of the best sci-fi films of all time. It is a movie that I'm going to be rewatching more often, though. I got to the end of this movie and I was like, I should have rewatched this plenty more times. It's right up there with one of my favorite movies now. But that's me, and I have great choice in movies.
No, see, Blade Runner never clicked with me the first time I watched it.
Okay.
The director's cut.
Yeah.
It's very slow paced. It's a slower movie. In a lot of regards, I thought it was somewhat like Fight Club, where the first time I watched it, I was not on the mood, like the right mind frame for that movie.
I could see that.
And I ended up not really caring for it.
Yeah, I could see
that. But then I gave it another shot. So I went back and watched this week.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've watched it 2.5 times. I watched it half on TV once.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Now I'm in two. I'm two full times watching this movie.
I respect it and appreciate it so much more because I was more in the mind frame this time.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's still slower. Like Adrian started with me, and then she's like, "I gotta go to bed. It's too slow for me." And I get it.
Yeah, but like for me personally, though, because
usually like movies that take place in the future, they're very action packed and like in your face. And
I'm glad that it wasn't, though.
Me too.
You know, like I'm
Me
really
too.
glad
It's its
that
own
it wasn't.
thing. Like it's more of a crime mystery that just happens to take place.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love that it's a neo noir type movie.
Yeah.
It's basically like your 1930s like whodunit.
Exactly.
Or not even whodunit. It's just you got to get from point A to point B, and that's it. Because you got your femme fatale, you've got the gumshoe type character, who's like literally back against the wall, all these forces against him type of thing, and it just so happens to be set like in the future.
Yeah.
30 years in the future. So this is what they thought it would look like.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, man, this is just great. Like, I loved everything.
I couldn't get over how great it looks.
Oh, yeah. The only thing, aside from the rapey scene, the only part that I thought was kind of funny was the see-through jacket. I remember just being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But okay, all right.
They didn't really quite understand what the fashion was going to be like.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing a young Daryl Hannah. She was great as Prisoness, and her fight with Harrison was great. That was a great,
so good.
A great starting fight to the big main event.
What I liked about Priv too, Daryl Hannah, was when she's interacting with what's his face, the guy with that degenerative disease.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was the other thing too. I liked how everyone was looking for Sebastian, and then finding Sebastian, he ends up finding the replicants and everything like that. But what I liked was that Priv knew exactly what she was doing the entire way through. So when she was with Sebastian, she was acting almost like she was flirty and really being almost human.
Yeah.
But there was a couple scenes where he would look away and she would just go into her real face and it was like a replicant again. And I was like, oh fuck, this is crazy cool. And even when she spray paints her face, I was like, this is fucked.
Yeah, really across the eyes.
Yeah, and then when oh man, Rutger Hauer, what was his name again?
His character name? It was Roy.
Yes.
Roy Batty.
Roy. When Roy shows up, and they're doing the same thing where they're just kind of acting a little bit more human around him, but then they're being more true to themselves when he's not around type of thing. But I even liked the scene where they go and kill Tyrell.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I kissed him.
That was a
I was like,
great
whoa,
scene.
he kissed him. He's super proud. He's like, oh man. He's like, yeah, but I've done some things. He's like, you're great. This is awesome, but I can't give you any more life. It's literally impossible. There's nothing I can do at all. And then it's that weird kissing, which threw me for a loop because I forgot all about that. And then he kills him. I was like, whoa, this is fucked up.
Kills him. Ugh.
Yeah.
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 Just the cracking of the skull.
Oh, just horrible and all that. And they're gushing out too. I was like, oh, this is fucking gross.
Yeah.
That was just it was all these pockets of just.
Yeah, the way the replicants played in this, I wouldn't be surprised if Schwarzenegger watched this before playing the Terminator and borrowed some of his characteristics because there's definitely similarities. Because Terminator was 84, right after this. So
actually, the similarities would just be in the sense that because in Terminator, he's literally just a robot.
Yeah. No emotion.
With human skin.
Blank.
That's it. And it's all he's doing is literally just using the skin to blend in because the programming is from the future, right? So it's just you just show up and people look at you like you're human. It's in the second one where I think he's gotten a little bit. I don't know if he's influenced by those movies because in the second one he's actually acting a little bit more human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that line where he goes, "I know now why you cry." I was like, "Oh God damn you! Don't make me cry." But yeah, I don't think he was influenced by that for the Terminator so much.
No.
I will say that Kurt Russell was probably influenced for Soldier.
Well, it's a spin-off of this. Literally, this movie was written by Hampton Fancher and David Webb. Hampton Fancher went on to do 2049. David Webb did Soldier as a spin-off.
No, Soldier wasn't a spin-off.
He considers Soldier a spin-off sequel of Blade Runner.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Kurt Russell's a replicant.
Okay, all right. I just remember Soldier being what Terminator should have been if James Cameron didn't rip off Soldier and Philip K. Dick's work, blatantly.
Yeah.
It's so blatant that now I think James Cameron said, "Yeah, I ripped it off." But I mean, if you watch both movies, which one's better?
Yeah.
And the answer is Terminator. Terminator's better, top to bottom.
Way better.
Top to bottom, Terminator is a better movie than Soldier. Soldier was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, I gotta watch. Yeah. Well, I watched it when it came out in '98. I want to rewatch it.
I want to rewatch it, but
Kurt Russell had a stretch of bad movies there.
Yeah.
Between that and Escape and.
Oh.
What else do I got? Fantastic synth score by Vangelis.
Oh yeah.
The soundtrack's awesome.
It's
Soundtrack
because of
is
80s
so
movies
good.
and like video games and stuff. I've been starting to get into like synthwave music lately.
Me too.
Because I'm just like
I've always kind of been into it.
I've always been into it because I grew up in that time.
Yeah, and
so all
Ridley
stuff,
Scott loved his synth music because Legend is all synth too. And,
yeah, so like I mean,
movie.
it's for me. It's one of those where like I grew up with it. So yeah, like you don't think about it until you start going like you're actually looking for the music, and then you're like, oh yeah, no, I actually really like this shit because like I remember when I watched the opening for Stranger Things season 1.
Yeah.
And it immediately did that. I was like, oh yeah, fucking right.
And it's so good. I'm happy people are starting to appreciate it as a score because not everything has to be big and orchestrated. It can be smaller.
Right. But I think a lot of that has to do with the 30, 40-year-old people that grew up playing video games with 8-bits and stuff like that, where they're just like, yeah, because like I mean. I even listened to 8-bit remakes of music.
Mm.
You know, like 8-bit, I can't remember what they're called, but they did System of a Down.
Oh, yeah?
In 8-bit.
I want to hear that.
It's actually it's actually really good. It's really good.
Let's see.
But I don't have anything else to say about Blade Runner. I absolutely love it. No. I think it's a great movie. I can't wait to rewatch it again. But I think out of all the movies, I'm gonna like all the versions. I'm only gonna stick to the final cut.
I'm tempted to watch the international one. I don't know. What is it? It's international, final, directors, theatrical.
I think there's a TV cut too.
TV cut, television cut. So what would the other be?
Well, because the TV cut for I think it was language and nudity.
Yeah.
Because there's brief nudity.
Is that fucking it? Father or something? You mother father.
Yeah. They don't say Mr. Falcon in that one.
No, Mr. Falcon?
It's just a Die Hard thing.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Rest in peace, Rutger Hauer.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just passed away.
I know. That's crazy.
That's crazy. So, that was Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, ladies and gentlemen.